Hey everyone, welcome back to Byte by Ria, where we make tech fun and super beginner friendly. In today's video, we are going to build a simple calculator in Java. But wait, this isn't just any calculator. We will also learn an important Java concept called typecasting. It sounds a bit complex, but don't worry, we will break it down step by step. So yeah, now in this video we are going to know, you will at the end of this video you will know how to take user input in Java, perform basic operations like add, subtract, multiply and divide, and we will also use if else condition and do typecasting, both implicit and explicit. So let's start coding. Alright, so first thing we need to do is take input from the user in Java. To do that, we will use something called the scanner class. And to use the scanner class, we first need to import it from the Java utility library. So how to do that? You want to type import java dot util scanner to take the user input. The scanner will help you to take the user input. Okay. Alright. Now what we have to do is that this line tells Java, hey, we are going to use the scanner class from the Java util package. I hope this much is clear to you. Now we need to create our Java class .in. In Java, everything starts with a class. Okay. So after that, you have to type public class symbol calculator. Okay. That's the name of our class, symbol calculator. You can call it anything, but now I am calling it as symbol calculator for my project. Okay, for now. Inside the class, we need a main method. So this is where the program actually starts running. So you have to type public static void main and a square bracket args. Okay, this is the just boilerplate. It means start the program here. Okay, we are asking start the program here. Now what we have to do is that now that we have imported scanner, we need to create an object to the scanner class, right? So this help us to read input typed by the user. Like if the user typed something, that we had to read it, right? For that, what we have to do is that we have to type scanner. Actually, this is the class name. Okay, then we have to create a variable scanner equal to new scanner. This is also the class scanner. Okay, then in that you have to put system.in. Okay, and with a semicolon. So now let me explain this line. So here you have scanner, right? This is the class. This scanner is the name of the object. Okay, the second scanner is the name of the object we are creating. You can name it anything. New scanner system.in means it will create a new scanner that reads from the keyboard input. It is helping when the user typed anything, it want to read, right? So it is helping you to read the things. Now what we need to do is that take two numbers from the user, right? So we are going a basic calculation, right? Addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. For a simple calculation purpose, at least we need two numbers, right? For adding, we just need two numbers, 1 plus 1, like that. So for that, I want to ask to the user what are the two numbers. So yeah, now what we need to do again, it is we have to make take two numbers from the user. This will be the numbers they want to calculate with. So to display, we want to ask to the user, okay, for that, what are the two numbers? We want to ask the user what are the two numbers. For that, we have to display a message to the user. We will use the system.out.print function for that, okay. So let's write system.out.print. Not in the ln means it will print in the next line, but I want it in the same line, so I am typing print only, okay. And I want to enter the message, so I am putting the message that enter, dear user, enter first number. What is your first number to do the calculation, okay. Alright. So I use the first number. I ask the user the first number, okay. So this line will show the message and the cursor will stay on the same line, okay. Enter the first number. Next one. Now we read the number using scanner. Since we want to allow the decimal values too, sometimes the user enter the decimal value, right? For example, 2.5, 15.2, like that. So we will store that in a double, okay. As the user also want to enter the decimal value, we will store it in a double. So we have to type double, and I am storing number 1 in a variable called num1, okay, and equal to scanner as this scanner dot next double. Okay, alright. So what we did again, this means it will read a decimal number from the user, okay. It will read a decimal number from the user and store it in the variable called num1, okay. Now let's take the second number in the same way. So I'm just copying it and paste it again. And here system.out.enter, not the first number. I want to change that to second number. And here also not num1, it is num2. I am storing it in a variable called num2. I hope this much is clear to you, okay. So now we have both numbers num1 and num2, right? Now the next step is we need to ask the user which operation they want to perform, right? Either add, subtract, multiply or divide. So again we want to show a message for that to ask, dear user, what is the operation I want to perform. So again I am using system.out.print. In that I am putting the message that, dear user, choose operation. In bracket I am putting the operations like plus, comma, minus, comma, multiplication, comma, and division, okay. So it will get the message to choose those operations in that. Now to read the it is a see, these plus, minus, everything is a string, right? Now to read a symbol like plus or minus, we have to use something called scanner dot, okay. Next, because we are reading a string here, so for that I want to give string operation. S should be capital, so string operation equal to scanner. To read that string input, I am putting scanner dot next. So it will read the string input. Okay, this line, 2 numbers from the user. Now we have 2 numbers from the user, one operation like plus, minus, multiplication or division. Now comes the interesting part. We will perform the correct operation depending on what user typed, isn't it? If the user type plus, we want to add it. If the user type minus, we want to subtract that. But first we declare a variable to store the result. Okay, we want where the result want to store. So I am declaring the variable. It also want to store the double value, so I am mentioning it as double, and I am storing it in a variable called the result. Okay, variable. What is a variable? Variable is just like a container to store the value. Here, what is the container? The result is the container. In that, what will store? The answer will be stored. Okay, I hope this much is clear to you. Now we are initializing it with 0. Okay, now I put 0 so it is ready to be used. Now we will use if else statement. To do the operations, we have to use if else statement to check what the user entered. Isn't it? Sometimes user enter plus, sometimes user enter minus. So we have to check that, right? So we want to use an if condition. Yeah, what is the condition? If operation dot equals, if the operation is equal to what? Plus, right? If the user enter plus operator, plus, then what I have to do? I want to add that 2 numbers, right? So for that I want to type result. So it is, the answer is storing in the variable result. So result equal to, yeah, guess what? Yeah, num1 plus num2, and with a semicolon. Alright. So we put an if condition in that if the user enter plus, it will add to number num1 plus num2, and where it will store? It will store in the variable called the result. We are using equals to, see, we are using these equals to compare strings. Never use equal to, okay? In Java, for strings in Java, we will use that dot equals to, operation dot equals to only, okay? Now, so we put one condition. If it is equal to plus, next, what will happen if it is equal to minus? So for that, I want to use an else if statement. In that, what I put? The same thing, operation dot equals to check whether it is equal to what? If the user entered minus, then what I have to do? Then I want to put result num1 minus num2, right? I'm copying it and pasting it over here. Here num minus num2. Just like that again. Again, else if, what will happen if the user enter the multiplication operator, right? So for that, so else if the operation, if the user enter the asterisk symbol, then what I have to do? I want to multiply that 2 number. So num1 multiplied with the num2. Alright, just like that again. Copying it and pasting it again. Okay. So what is the change? Yeah, here I have to change to the division symbol. And I want to num1 divided by num2. I hope this much is clear. It is quite easy, right? So if the user types something else other than these plus, minus, multiplication, division, sometimes the user can enter any other things, any other button, any other numbers or art or any symbol, what will happen? So we want to use, for that, if the user enters something else, we want to put an else condition. Else, I want to print dear user. So if you want to print, you have to use that system.out.println. println, okay, and I want to tell the user that, dear user, you entered an invalid symbol, right? So I'm telling invalid operation. Okay, then I want to return that, so I'm putting return. Alright, so this will exit the program if the user, I put return, so it will exit the program if the user gives an invalid symbol. Now comes the cool part, the typecasting. Here we want to use typecasting. So let's say the result is decimal number. Okay, if you get the decimal number like 15.7, what if we want to convert to an integer? So for that we want to use explicit typecasting. Okay, so let's do that. Not inside, we have to come back out of the if loop, if condition. Okay, and we have to use int. So int, and I'm storing that that new result. Okay, new result which is typecasted in a variable called int result. Okay, so this result, these things will be, the result will be integer value. Okay, and I am asking that in result should be in integer, not in decimal. Okay, and yeah, result semicolon. So what it will do, this line, we are telling Java, hey, convert this double into an integer value. If the answer is double, I want to convert that into integer value. Okay, and Java will simply remove the decimal part. It doesn't round it off. For example, if it is 15.7, it will simply remove the decimal point, that is 0.7, and make it as 15. Okay. Finally, let's show the result to the user. Till now we didn't print that result, so we have to print that result. For that, again I want to use that printing statement, system.println, and I want to store that double result, right? I mean result which is converted result in bracket in double putting a colon over there, plus the new result, right? No, this is the previous one, the double result. Okay, first of all I want to show the normal result. Even if it is in decimal, it want to show the normal sum. Okay, if I add two decimal value, it will get a decimal value itself, maybe, right? Sometimes, yeah. So it will initially I want to show the decimal result. For example, if your answer is 15.7, I want to show that result. Then I want to show the converted integer result. Okay, so for that I am to show the converted integer result. Again I am using a print line, system dot println. Okay, in that I am putting the statement as result in bracket. I am putting in integer after casting. Okay, after casting the result will be in integer, so I am printing that also. So what is the new result? It is stored in where? It is stored in result, right? The new result is stored in result. So I want to copy that variable. I am just pasting it over here. Okay, it is stored in result. This will be our new result after typecasting. This will be the old result in decimal value before typecasting. I hope it is clear to you. So yeah, here is the full complete code. Yeah, and now let's see the output. Okay, let's run the code. it is asking enter first number, right? So I'm typing 8.9, okay, and it is asking the second number, so I'm giving 2, okay. Let's see the result. Oh, it is asking what is the operation I want to perform. I want to perform addition right now. Yeah, I got the double. See, int double equal to 10.9 and result in the after casting is 10, okay. So I want to add a semicolon over here, and here also after choosing operation also I want to use a semicolon. Where is that? Yeah, over here I want to add a semicolon, okay. Now let's perform another operation. Again, running the code, it is asking first number, and my first number this time I am putting the 45 50, okay, 54.2. then I am multiplying with 3. Let's see, I want to perform multiplication operator. So yeah, it gives a double value. See, 162.60000, and after typecasting, so result in after typecasting I got as it removed all the numbers after decimal and gave us 162. Yeah, it's properly working, right? If you want to check division, let's check division again. Let's see whether it is working or not. Again, 5. I am entering, oh, not here. I am entering the input as 5. Okay, 6 this time and 2 this time, okay. So I want to perform division. So yeah, the initially the answer is 3.0 as this is the double value, and after typecasting the result I got it as 3. Yeah, it is working properly, my calculator, and that's it. You have just created your own Java calculator and learned about typecasting, right? So if you found this video helpful, give it me a like, show your love by hitting the like button, and subscribe to Byte by Ria for more beginner friendly coding tutorials. Drop your questions or project idea in the comments, and if you want to code with me, DM me for comment. I will say like if you want a 1:1 class with me, you can just email me at bytebyria@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and always keep coding and keep smiling. Bye bye.